Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome to the very first episode of Awaken Your Life with Angela Carr Patterson. I'm your host, Angela Carr Patterson, and I'm so delighted to have you join us for our very first episode. Each week, I'm going to come into your life and I'm going to create a safe and sacred space for you to come and watch some amazing stories from some of my phenomenal guests who are going to share with you their stories of how they stopped living their lives based on everybody else's idea of what it was supposed to look like and begin to live in the life they were born to live. Yes, you're going to hear stories of defeat, but you're going to hear stories of triumph. You're going to hear amazing stories of how they were able to succeed against the odds. And then we're going to have some episodes where I'm going to get up close and personal with you and share some amazing strategies on how you can begin to live the awakened life, such as today. I'm going to share with you some phenomenal information that you can begin to awaken your life and begin to live a life filled with more meaning, more mastery, more money, and more magic. And you know what they say about magic? You can't turn it off. I want to help you to put more heart into your business, more passion into your relationships. Yes, more money into your bank account. And there's that word again, more magic into your life, the magical life. I call that the awakened life, the life you were born to live, a life reimagined, and success redefined. So without me talking anymore, let's get into our topic of today. We're going to talk about the life you were born to live. So I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about this. What do you want to do with the life you have left to live? Let me say that again. What do you want to do with the life that you have left to live? It's a question that we don't always ask ourselves until something happens. Well, something did happen to us on a collective. It's called a pandemic. And so oftentimes when we have a sudden loss, or a pandemic, or life-altering experience such as sickness, divorce, job loss, whatever it is, we start to contemplate in our life. We start to reassessing and re-examining everything. And I believe during COVID, we started to do that. I know I did. I examined everything. What has meaning to me and what no longer has meaning to me? What's important to me and what's no longer important to me? It made me look at life from a different perspective. And I hope you did the same thing. And one of the questions that I asked myself was, am I really living the life that I was meant to live? That's so important. Am I really living the life that I was meant to live? I had to ask myself that question a time or two. No, about 100 times or more. And my answer was, I want to live the life that I was born to live, the life that I was designed to live, not somebody else's idea of what my life is supposed to be. I want it to be the leading lady in my life, the leading role in my life, especially as women. We play so many supporting roles in everybody else's life until we forget about our own. Somehow we've left ourselves back on the table. But I wanted to live the awakened life, a life with more meaning, more mastery, more money, and more magic. And so I ask you this question. Do you wake up each day excited about the path that you're going to take that day? Do you go to bed at night just feeling filled because you knew you lived your life that day in alignment with your truth and the truth of what you were supposed to be, who you were supposed to be, and what you were supposed to be doing? Now, let me caution you. I did not say life was easy, did I? Because it's not. But it is simple. And I didn't say that it would be pain-free, because pain is a part of the human experience. But pain is inevitable and suffering is a choice. So you have a choice. We always have a choice. And you can begin to live your life in alignment with truth. And your life is supposed to work. Our lives are supposed to work. It's designed to work. And our lives do work when we learn how to align our lives with the universal, spiritual, natural laws that governs all life. You see, the universe works according to laws as real as the law of gravity. And these laws help us to transform our health, our relationships, our work, our finances, or every facet of our lives. These laws are not merely rules and suggestions or codes of ethical behavior. Rather, they transcend the dictates of human society to express a higher order. These laws have reigned supreme throughout history because of their consistency and far-reaching applications. And we discovered their true power. We discover their true power in our lives when we embody and apply these laws into our lives. These laws don't require or depend on your belief because gravity works whether you believe in it or not. You may believe you can fly, but get on top of a building and jump. Gravity is at work. These laws govern structures, forces, patterns of existence, from swirling galaxies to how flowers blossom, and how caterpillars become butterflies and embryos become babies, and how our lives flow through seasons and cycles. This is how our lives are supposed to work. And until we truly begin to live the life we were born to live, we will go through life feeling a sense of emptiness, as if a piece of the puzzle is missing, because it is. It is. Earth is a school, and the daily life is our classroom. And our daily challenges and that we go through brings learning, growth, and expansion. The value of our life's experiences resides in what we learn in the process. You're either going to get the lessons or you're going to get the blessings, but you're going to get something out of everything that happens in your life. Difficult days may provide the most important lessons because pain has a way of getting our attention, right? But it helps us to develop awareness and self-reflection that always leads to growth, expansion, and higher wisdom. So I want to share with you 3 things that I believe you can do to start the ball to roll into living the life you were born to live. Is that okay? Great. The first one is you got to get clear about who you are. We walk through life trying to find a sense of identity through our work, through other people, through things. But here's the deal. Your pain will never heal until you heal your misplaced sense of identity. A female gets her identity through her paternal relationships with her father. And when that fails to happen, then she really is on this up and down roller coaster trying to figure that out. You say, Angela, how do you know? Because I was that girl. I was a fatherless daughter, an unfathered daughter. And so my pain couldn't heal until I had to heal my misplaced sense of identity. And so I had to go in search of who was I? Not by my titles, not the titles I held. I wasn't the daughter of, the wife of, the mother of. Who was I? And I found myself retracing my life beyond my mother's womb. And you said, what do you mean by that? Well, the good book says that I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. That tells me you had a life before you had a body. That divine, non-physical part of you that came into the earth in an earth suit called body, but is enclosed with the truth of who you are. And that's what we're here to remember. It's the big remembrance. So you got to get clear about who you are. Who am I here to become? Number 2, you got to get clear about why you're here. What's your purpose for being here? For what purpose were you born? And this is what I'll say to you. Where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. If you take potatoes and put it in a blender, and it was only designed, the blender was only designed to make liquid, to spin liquid in it, then you're going to tear up the blender. So a lot of people are living out a purpose that's not theirs, and they're deteriorating from the inside out. Where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. You got to figure out what your purpose is. Why am I here? You know, according to philosopher Soren Kierkegaard, I had to find out how to pronounce his name, and I did. He said, at birth, we set sail into the world with sealed orders, SEALED. Your orders are sealed. And you're here to unwrap, to unseal and decode and unearth what's in there. Remember, I told you, Earth is a school and every day is your classroom. And you'll find your hidden calling, your life path and purpose. So just maybe you may need to get still. With my clients, I have an exercise that I do that really zeroes in on uncovering what their true purpose is. And so you got to figure out what's your purpose in life and why am I here? Number 3, get clear about how you're going to express who you are and your purpose, meaning what's your vision? What's the vision that you hold, your life's vision? How will I express who and why I'm here? When you understand who you are and why you're here and what you're here to do, and then you take that information and align this with the universal laws, your life begins to work. That's when the magic happens, people. That's when the magic happens. So remember I told you life is not easy, but it is simple. Get clear. Who am I? Why am I here? And what am I here to do? And let me align these answers with the universal laws. And man, your life works. Everything could be falling down and you still are fulfilled because you're living in your sweet spot. So my question to you is, have you awakened to who you are, to why you're here and what you're here to do? And you'll begin to live the life you were born to live. That's a life reimagined, right? And success redefined, not based on what everybody else is telling you what your life should be or what success should be. But that's redefining success and reimagining your life. I want to repeat this. Our lives work when we align them with the universal laws. The laws work, whether you call them spiritual laws, natural laws, or higher laws. You can't alter those laws. We use these laws to take us to the mountaintop, and we use these laws to take us through the valleys. As we begin to grow and mature, we'll see that our lives will manifest in fullness of joy, love, abundance, health, and everything that truly belongs to you. And in order to grow, the seed got to have some good soil. This show is good soil. JD3 TV is good soil. We see when you take if you take an acorn and I show you an acorn, is it an acorn really? No, it's an oak tree. Before it to manifest to its full potential, I've got to place it in the proper environment. And the proper environment is soil, the dirt. And I got to cultivate that soil. I've got to create the proper conditions. And what are the proper conditions? Water and sunlight. And I place that acorn in there and give it some water and some sunlight. Automatically, without struggle or without force, it will become an oak tree. Life works, people. It works. We follow the same thing. What seeds are you sowing in the soil of your soul? Are you cultivating the soil of your soul? It takes time to grow into maturity and bear fruit, but it will happen. So let me say, spiritual laws have very little to do with the cultural concepts, right or wrong, good or bad. Example, if I climb a mountain, but I ignore the law of gravity, that doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me an unwise person or maybe a dead person, right? You see, for many of us, we got to learn to respect the laws because they do have consequences and challenges our lives, enters our lives when we don't align with the laws. They're not punishment. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. And the key to creating the life that you were meant to live is not just knowing the laws, but applying them. And that's what we're going to learn on Awaken Your Life. I'm committed to teaching you how to live the awakened life by helping you to learn how to live in alignment with these laws. You're going to stay with me each episode because I'm going to show you how to do that. And then you're going to meet some of my guests who have done that and their lives worked. It's so amazing. I'm so excited about this show. So when you do this, when you align who you are, what you're here to do, and why you're here with the universal laws, God has designed a path and a life that you were meant to live, the life you were born to live, the awakened life, a life reimagined and success redefined. I hope you enjoyed this message today, this first episode on Awaken Your Life with Angela Carr Patterson. I want to connect with you. So go to my website, angelacarrpatterson.com, angelacarrpatterson.com, and check in with me. Opt in, join my VIP list. It's where you'll get to hear from me, all the things that I'm doing around the world and around this country, and even in my own home. Okay. So connect with me that way. You can also, if you want to have a conversation with me, you can connect with me through that website. That's angelacarrpatterson.com. And don't forget to watch our next exciting episode. And feel free to tell your friends. When you discover something good, you tell somebody, right? At least I hope you do. You don't keep the good thing to yourself. Tell somebody. Tell them to come over here and join JD3 TV. Man, we have tons and tons of amazing shows, including Awaken Your Life with Angela Carr Patterson. Be sure to join us over here, JD3 TV, one of the fastest growing streaming networks in the industry. You'll thank me later. So as I close, I want to thank you again for joining me. But I want to remind you that your defining moment is when you're willing to let go of who you're not, to step into your most powerful space and become who you were born to be. This is your awakened moment that leads you to your awakened life. I'll talk to you soon.